available. First question is from Alana Rizzo. Go ahead, Alana.
They have an opportunity for Walker to just get right back out there. I mean, his last outing before he had the blister issue was really, really good. Is there anything in particular you'll be looking for tonight just to make sure everything's still going well with that finger?
Just kind of as the game progresses, just making sure that it doesn't kind of show its head again. But as far as the delivery, all the stuff, I think that it hasn't been too long since he's pitched, so he should be fine. The buildup should be fine. So just for me, it's just executing pitches and just make sure that blisters, we keep that at bay.
Are you looking forward to this matchup tonight as far as a pitching matchup is concerned? And what's the best way to attack the opposition with your particular lineup, how it plays?
Yeah, this guy, Gallen, has really shown himself pretty well and opened some eyes. And I like the stuff. I like the way he competes. So this is going to be a good test for us. Cody is going to be down again. Don't have him in there. He's still got that lat thing. So we're going to give him another day. And the hope is to get him back in there tomorrow. But I love the guys that, we have in the lineup. I love the defense and just the at-bat quality. But again, this is going to be a good test.
Any testing necessary for Cody?
No, he took some swings today in batting practice or in the cage and felt better than yesterday. Felt he could have played, but again, just talking to the trainer, Cody himself, just makes sense to just give it one more day.
A lot of sounds around the ballpark when you have the best record in all of baseball is your team chucking golf balls off of left center field to try to get closest to the pin to determine NFL draft order. How much fun is it to see these guys having fun while still maintaining their way about them to take care of business?
It's great. And, these guys just have fun, and fantasy football is always something in every clubhouse, and how they get to their picks. This is very creative and very new to me. So as long as they're hitting wedges, I'm okay. They're not hitting drivers and kind of trying to do too much. So I'm going to be interested to see who is close to the pin.
Where did this idea come from?
Well, I think that, Walker is probably in the mix. I think he's the commissioner of the league. Joe Kelly is always kind of around something. So I think those two probably are leading the charge on this.
Okay, thank you.
Next question is from Dbacks. Go ahead, Dave.
Dave, I saw Pedro Baez yesterday working in the bullpen, throwing off the mound. How did that go? What's the latest on him?
He threw the baseball really well. It was probably 30 pitches, used his entire mix, and the ball was coming out good. So I think that the plan for him is to throw to hitters, or I think maybe I'm sorry. I think he's supposed to throw bullpen tomorrow. So he'll throw another one tomorrow, and then hopefully come Sunday, we'll get him facing some hitters. And so then after that, if he checks those boxes, activation should be around the corner.
And Gavin Lux, just curious what you thought about him in the handful of games that you've seen. Is it what you thought you would see, or what's your evaluation?
I think defensively he's been sound. He's been good. I think in the box, a little bit, he's just a little too passive for me. I think that, not being afraid to swing and miss, being aggressive. I think a little bit, just kind of seeing the ball and being a little bit too passive, I think, right now for me. But he's working through some things, and Gavin will be fine.
Thank you.
Yep.
Next question is from Ken Gurnick. Go ahead, Ken.
Dave, you mentioned Joe Kelly. Is he getting near a mound yet? Yeah,
he threw a good pen yesterday. So I think that Joe is sort of on Petey's schedule. I don't know if he's going to throw another pen tomorrow, but I think that sometime this weekend he'll throw another one. And shortly thereafter face some hitters. So I think that he and Petey, sometime late next week makes sense.
Thank you.
Next question is from Eric Steven. Go ahead, Eric.
Dave, Kenley Jansen was named the NL reliever of the month for August. How has he sort of progressed for you this season, like compared to where he was maybe at the start of the season?
Continue to get better. The stuff, the characteristics, there's more consistency with that. The command has been better. The pace on the mound better. So it's good. It's good for Kenley to have that success and get named reliever of the month. That's great. That's good, and that's good for the Dodgers.
Somewhat related to Joe Kelly, I'm not sure if you saw, but Aroldis Chapman was suspended today for 3 games. Similar deal. He threw at a batter's head, had previous suspension. Do you have any comment at all on that suspension?
You know, I saw it. I don't know. I know there's some history between the two teams, but I don't know Chapman's kind of history with that and suspensions. So it's not necessarily apples to apples as far as what's deemed, you know, intent with Joe and Chapman. I do know that to go glove side at the head to somebody, that's very difficult for a pitcher to do. So I don't know much, and I'm just glad I'm not a part of that situation.
Thanks.
Go ahead, Clint.
Hey, Dave, kind of piggybacking off of or continuing off of what Vassay was talking about with seeing a lot of Lux right now. What are you guys kind of thinking going forward at second base and into the playoffs? Are you sort of looking at 2B as a bit of an audition between Lux, Kike, and CT?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I think that you know what you have in Kike and Taylor. You know, with Gavin, I think that giving him a runway to play consistently against right-handed pitching, I think that's he deserves it. He needs it, and we need to see it. So I don't think it's going to try to a day-to-day performance thing. I don't want that in his mind. I want him to go out there and have clarity and play baseball. And, you know, once we get to that point, whenever that is, we'll make a decision.
We got time for one more. Go ahead, Ron.
Hey, Dave. I know we asked you about Woods last night. I'm curious if you gotten any report back today about how he's feeling just day after getting back in there.
I haven't heard anything from the training staff or Alex. So I thought it was good to get him back in there, throw up a 0. I don't see him pitching tonight as far as back-to-back. You know, I'll get with them here at some point today, but it's just good, again, to see him throw up a clean inning and get him in the mix with our other guys.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, everybody.